Hi guys, Tara here from City Yoga. So I am so lucky I get to be outside doing what I love the most, yoga, to the people I love the most, which is you. So don't mind my guys behind me. We'll have a little fun. People might walk through, so just enjoy whatever distractions are coming your way. And if you can get outside, please do. So I know it's kind of become like Groundhog Day, so we're going to start standing to kind of shake things up. So separate your feet about hip-width distance apart, okay? There's a little bend to the knees so we're not locking out the joints, right? Remember, we always want to have that soft bend to the knees. And then bring your hands to prayer instead of letting them stay down beside you, and just close your eyes down for a moment here. The pelvic floor is tilting down as the belly, the abdominals draw in and up to support that pelvic floor. And then just relax your shoulders, and just for a moment, be okay if you start to move or you feel a little antsy. Just breathe in your space. Feel your feet touching whatever it is, the ground, the earth, the floor, the carpet. And then just lengthen the crown of your head up to the ceiling or the sky or whatever is above you in this moment. And just really concentrate on your breath, the focus of the inhale and the exhale. And just remember to keep coming back to this breath as much as you need this next hour. This is a class all about you, for you, and I'm just going to help you through it. And remember, I can't see you anyway, so all you'll see is me failing or falling and trying again. So feel free to take all those little extras or all those breaks, whatever it is that suits your practice in this moment. Now stand up a little taller. Take a deeper breath in. Feel that nice exhale. Let's just one more. Feeling this gratitude at Hands in Prayer at Heart Center for this moment. Inhaling. Exhaling. Shall we start to move? Inhale with or without your eyes open. Reach those arms all the way out and up. Maybe gazing up to whatever is above you. Being thankful for whatever it is. Bend your knees and take a nice swan dive. Fold it to the floor. Remember, those feet are about hip-width distance apart here. Bend your knees and take a halfway lift, drawing the belly in, but lengthening the crown of the head forward. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, forward fold. Try that again. Inhale, lengthen, but pull your shoulder blades down and back, right? Elongate the neck here. Again, exhale, fold it down. We've got one more of those. Just a nice, gentle opening to begin with as we lengthen. You got it, guys. Exhale as we fold. Now, root to rise. Reach your arms all the way out and up, getting that space on the side bodies as, again, you bring your palms together to touch. Exhale, hands seal to prayer at Heart Center. So we're just going to do a couple more of those, getting the body to move and open. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees, swan dive, fold it down. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, fold for me, exhale, rise to the sky, inhale, seal hands to prayer, exhale, you got it, use that breath, inhale, bend the knees, swan dive, fold down, exhale, halfway lift. You got it. Fold. We've got one more, just nice and easy. Rise to the sky. Inhale. Hands to prayer. Exhale. Now let's add a little more onto that. Reach those arms out and up. Inhale. Good. Drop your right arm down. Stretch that left arm up and over, keeping your shoulders and hips squared forwards. Back to center. We rise. Take it over to the left as we exhale. Inhale, center. Now let's look at that beautiful blue sky. Elbows to kidneys, starting to open up that chest. Maybe looking up and or back. From here, reach behind you, clasp your hands, draw the knuckles down, let your chest open. Bend those knees, hinge at the hips as you fold. Keep your hands in a tight fist as you reach them over your head. Now lift that tailbone up high to the sky. Take a breath in. Good. Exhale. Softly release your hands. Now we're going to add on. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Good. Lunge that left foot to the back of the mat. Left knee sits down as we exhale. Inhale, reach those arms up if it feels okay. If not, hands stay at prayer on the floor. Lengthen out of your waistline for your inhale. Now bring your hands down, tuck your toes. We're moving back to down dog. First time here. We're not here too long. We'll have some time to move, I promise. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, sink those heels. Now, if you need to, modify, set the right knee down. We're going to lift the left leg high. Exhale, step that left foot through, and now the right knee comes down. We're opening up those hip flexors. Arms reach up, opening that heart. Take one more breath in. Now we're coming to a forward fold at the top of the mat. As we exhale, allow our toes to touch, nice and easy. Lengthen and lift for me. You got it. Fold it down. Exhale. Rise tall. We're taking that side body stretch at the top. As we exhale, drop that right arm over. Back to center. Drop the left arm. Right arm stretches up and over. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, elbows to kidneys. Big back bend. Maybe opening up that chest a little bit more. Reach behind you, clasp the hands, draw the knuckles down, let your heart open, maybe that gaze goes up. Bend the knees, hinge the hips as we fold. Can you let those arms fall a little farther over? I knew you could. Take another deep breath in. Good, don't fling, softly release those hands as you exhale. Find that lift and lengthen. Right foot back, right knee down as you exhale, land with control. Reach those arms out and up. Take a deep breath in. Now we're going to incorporate. Exhale, elbows to kidneys, squeeze. Good. Reach behind you. Interlace your hands. Now, if I were you, I'd walk my left foot over to the edge of the mat just a little bit so I don't feel like I'm going to wobble and fall over. Keep your hands bound if you can. Draw the knuckles back and down. Let your heart open. Exhale, hinge and fold inside that left thigh, shifting those hips forward. Squeeze that left knee into the shoulder. Now, can you shift your hips back to that half lunge, keeping a half lunge, half splits, keeping those hands bound. So now we're going to move. We're going to inhale, come up, open our heart. Exhale, fold, head coming down. Sit it back, half splits. Use the top of your right foot or shin to help you. Good, now release those arms, reach them up. Without scraping that left foot, we're going to our downward facing dog as we exhale. Now just one breath. Exhale. Take that right leg high. Again, modification. Left knee comes down if you need it. With ease, step that right foot down lightly. Left knee, right foot down, left knee down. Now scoot that right foot over as you reach those arms up high. We've got that elbows to kidneys squeeze. Pull your ribs in. Reach behind you. Draw the knuckles down. Open your heart. Exhale, a variation humble warrior. Try not to shift your hips to the right. Pull your hips back as you shift it forward. Now half splits, moving into that half Hanuman. I'm using my left top of the foot like crazy for balance here. Keep your hands bound. Inhale, bring your heart up into that back bend. One more time, hinge and fold, stretching it out. Breathe in. See if you can find that half splits. Breathe out. Inhale. Head's heavy on that exhale. Now release. Reach those arms up high to the sky. We're coming to that forward fold as we exhale lightly, top of the mat. Separate your feet wide apart. Grab opposite elbows and then enjoy this break for a moment. Hamstrings maybe a little bit more open. Low back maybe not as tight. So we're in a park, obviously, and I think people think I'm a crazy person because we're getting a lot of people just stopping to stare at me. It's kind of funny. So I hope you're having a good time too. Maybe you've got some good tunes on. Maybe you're outside in nature like I am. But wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. Let your head drop heavy. Rock your head side to side. Move your jaw around. Whatever you need to do, take 1 more breath in. Beautiful. Exhale. Now bend your knees and pull your belly in. Let's take our time to roll up slowly to standing, just because we've had our head down for a little while and we don't want to rush it. Awesome. Okay, let's toe heel those feet together. How you guys doing? Right, when you're ready, reach those arms up. Now we're gazing up to our thumbs on this one. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees and swan dive, fold it to the floor. Good. Halfway lift. Find your length. Now, once again, plant your palms, lunge your left foot to the back of the mat. Now, as you pull your belly in, looking forward, draw your shoulders back. So you're the straight, long line. Now, if you were to think about it, if you don't move your hips, you're already in plank pose, right? So don't move your hips as you step your right foot back to meet your left. Now, as your shoulders stack over the wrists, if this is too much, set your knees down. But pull your belly in. Pull your heart between your thumbs to really lengthen. You're pulling towards the front of the room. You've got one more breath in here. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Now, I told you you'd have some time here, so you do. Feel free to move it out here. Walk your dog, so to speak. Maybe a little rock to the sides of the feet. Feeling the outer body and those hips start to open. Good. You've got about 3 more breaths here. Whatever you like, whether it's a stretch on the top of those feet. Ooh, I always like to pop my toes. Good, you got one more round. You got it, exhaling. Now, as you inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. Stretch it behind you. We've been here before. Good. Exhale, crunch knee to nose as you round. Really try to draw those abdominals in. Right leg goes high. You got it. Crunch knee to right tricep as high up on that right arm as you can. One more time. Right leg goes high. Nice and slow. Exhale. Tap that left tricep. Hold it for 3. Good. 2. Right leg back high. Okay, you know what I like to say. Slow and controlled. Don't make a sound as you step your right foot through between your hands. Back to that low lunge, looking forward. Open up your heart without launching standing splits. Left leg is going to rise. Good. Take a breath in now. Walk your hands an inch or 2 forward. Pull your belly in. Find length. As you exhale, slide your left leg over to the right side of the room. You'll feel your upper right hamstring. Again, left leg slides out just a little. Good. Slide in into that right inner thigh. 2 more times. Keep your belly in. You should feel a really big stretch in that upper hamstring as it slides across. One more time. Left leg back. Right leg, left leg all the way over. Good. Left leg comes back. Allow your toes to touch. Take a halfway lift. You got it. Fold. Roots arise. Smile for me. Fold it down. Exhale. Halfway lift. You got it. Right foot goes back nice and slow. Try to land with ease. Remember, heart forward. We're already in plank. Without scraping that left foot and moving our hips, we're going to move back to the plank. That was so good, you guys. Nicely done. Breathe in. Now we're going to add on this time. We're all going to set our knees down. As you shift forward, again, heart forward. Think of that, always pulling that heart forward. We're going to go all the way to our belly. We're trying to bend those elbows in. Now, I'm a little on the grass, so you might need to slide back onto your mat. But squeeze your elbows together. This is a low cobra, so we're just lifting an inch or 2. Now, we tend to like to throw our gaze up. Keep your gaze slightly in front of you so you actually elongate the neck. And then roll your shoulders back even more. You'll feel it right between your shoulder blades. Take one more breath and lift just 1 more inch for me. There you go. Exhale, set it down. Now, we're going to find that child's pose. Sit your hips towards your heels and rest. Thank goodness. We've been going since we started, right? All right. Remember, you've got this practice to yourself. So whatever you need to do, take those breaks, play. Be okay to fall and get right back up again. That's what this whole thing is about. We're all just on a learning curve here. Take another inhale. Good. Exhale. All right, let's take a little side stretch. Walk those arms over to the right, sinking your hips back towards your heels. Take one more breath. Exhale. Come back to center, you guys. Over to the left as you exhale. Sink those hips low. Let the head settle. Breathe in. Beautiful deep breath out. Okay, come back to center. Back to that downward facing dog as we exhale. Take a breath in. Good, exhale. Now lift that left leg high to the sky. Again, with control, slow. Crunch knee to nose. Inhale back. You got it. To that left tricep. Go a little further forward with your shoulders so you're really activating the oblique. Yes. Left leg back high. You know where we're going. We're going to hold it on that right tricep. Get it high as you can for 3, 2. You're doing great. Take it back up high. Now this is where it really counts. How slow you go. To step that left foot through. That was amazing, you guys. Now again, it's a heart forwards. Without launching, it's stepping into that standing splits. Now, this is one big pet peeve of mine. This is you opening your hip just to get your leg higher. I don't really want that. Don't need it. I like the squared hips. Now, lengthen your heart forward. Pull your belly in. And then as you exhale, fold a little deeper. We're going to slide that right leg over to the left and then back out. It's not going way out to the side. Again, slide it over to the side. Feel your inner thighs squeeze together. Good. 2 more. I've lost my mic here, you guys. All right, one more time. Slide, squeeze, hold here. Feel your inner thighs. Take 1 more breath. Good. Release your toes down. Take that forward fold here. All right. Take an inhale. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Halfway lift as you inhale. You got it. Exhale. Fold. Root to rise. Inhale. You got it. Fold down. Exhale. Sun salutation, now. Halfway lift as you inhale. High to low plank. You could go back to that holding plank. You could use your knees, or you could go halfway into that chaturanga. Now maybe up dog, maybe we're staying in that baby cobra. Exhale, down dog, or child's pose to your down dog. Completely up to you. Right, try not to rise high onto the tippy toes, but sink those heels for me. Take another big breath in. Good, exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Now, rise to your toes. Look right between your thumbs and take your feet there however you want to. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. You got it. Fold it for me. Exhale. Let's do a few more of those just to build that heat. Rise as you inhale. Reach to the sky. Good. As you exhale, swan dive. Fold it back down. Take that halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Maybe you modify. Maybe you add on a floating back, a tripod headstand, handstand. Whatever you need to move today, whatever works for you. Sorry, this thing is driving me mad. All right, take another breath in. Good, exhale. Now again, rise to your toes, look forward. Maybe this time you step, hop, flow, teleport to the top of the mat. That surprised me. All right, halfway lift. You got it, fold. Again, root to rise. Maybe you take that big back bend at the top. This is for you. Oh, hello, beautiful sun. Swan dive fold. Halfway lift. You got it. Take it back. High to low. Inhaling. Exhaling. We've got just 1 more round after this. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Last time to your tippy toes. Take it to the top of your mat. Lengthen your heart. Belly in. We fold. Root to rise. Exhale, fold it down. Halfway lift. Good, I'll see you in down dog, however you want to get there. Remember, we're moving slow. The slower we go, the better, right? The stronger we get. When we rush and go fast, that's when we get those injuries. We're prone to take those little mistakes or missteps. Breathe in. Good. Exhale. One more. Okay, rise to your toes. Top of your mat again, exhale. Separate your feet. Now this time, lift up your feet, slide your hands under. Try to get them all the way if you can. And then bend your knees, pull your belly in as the elbows go out to the side. Now shoulders like to come forward, pull them away so you actually have your neck, as then you gaze between your legs. If you can get your toes into your wrist crease, give them a wiggle, or even if not, and just massage those hands. Think about all this extra work we're doing, and our work hours are longer if we're working from home, and we're not taking time to give our love to those wrists, all that texting and typing away. All right, we're taking one more breath here. You got it. Exhale. Now lift up your feet. See if you can softly remove your hands. Way to go, you guys. Toe heel your feet back together to touch. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. You got it. Exhale, fold. Now root to rise. Reach your arms all the way out and up. We're going back to hands to prayer at Heart Center, where we started the practice at. And just like we started the practice, let's close those eyes down for a moment. Again, feel the ground underneath you. We've gotten a nice warm up to build the heat in the body, start to open up hips and the shoulders. And so now we're going to move into that second phase, but we're going to really work on going in a little deeper. So we need our focus. So stand up a little taller. Take one more breath in. Good. Exhale. Now, I hope you've closed your eyes, but again, there's no way of knowing, and you're going to see me fall if this happens. So again, to each his own. But I want you to try to keep your eyes closed, and could you shift your weight into the left foot and come into your right side tree? Trust yourself. Ooh, this is scary. Now, it might be a little lift. It might be all the way out to the side. But isn't it funny how if you do tree with your eyes open and then I asked you to close your eyes, you immediately fall. But if you start tree with your eyes closed, it's a little bit more accessible. I told you this was going to be a good one to laugh, fall, and try again. Okay, keep holding for 3. Keep those eyes closed if you can't. Trust yourself 2. Good. Release. Shake it out. Let that go. People probably think I'm crazy if they're walking by right now. Reach those arms out and up. Let's just cleanse that, shall we? Bend the knees, swan dive, fold it down. Take that halfway lift. Good. I'll see you in down dog, high to low plank. Whatever you're hoping to breathe, pull that heart through, and just find that movement that works for you today. Take your right leg high to the sky. Now exhale again. Crunch knee to nose. Hold it there this time. Pull your belly in. Take it over to the right shoulder and then drag it down to your right wrist and then pull it back up. Good, but now take it over to your left shoulder. Oh, here's harder. Drag it to that left wrist. Pull it back up. Good. Right leg high to the sky. Now micro bend your left knee. Press the left heel down as you bend the right knee and open the hip. Now you can tell, a lot of the times we'll say, try not to drop your left shoulder. This is what happens a lot in down a flip dog. Square your shoulders. Open your right knee higher. Take one more breath in. Good. Exhale, step that right foot through. It's control. We're going warrior 1. Spin that back heel down flat. Rise. Sink into the right knee. Now try not to push your hips out to the right. Square shoulders and hips to the front of the room. Press evenly through the edge of that left foot though, so we don't roll on that ankle. Belly draws in. You got this. Take another inhale. You got it for that exhale. Now take an inhale. Exhale, elbows to kidney squeeze. Open up that chest. Reach behind you, interlace your hands. Kind of familiar with what we did earlier. Draw the knuckles down, let your heart open. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold. Again, try not to shift. Try to square everything center, then shift it forward as you bend deeper into this. Breathe in. Now, pyramids pose. Keep those hands bound as you breathe out. Take an inhale here. Good. Exhale. Keep those hands bound. Back to that warrior one. Open your heart. You got it. Humble warrior. Keeping the bend deeper into the right knee. Someday, maybe in another yoga lifetime. Oh, that head comes to the floor. I'm just not there today. One more breath in. Half splits as we exhale. Half splits, pyramids pose. My bad. Belly pulls in. Right hip pulls back. Last inhale. Exhale. Now release the fingertips. Let them sweep the mat as you bring yourself back up to that warrior one. We're going to transition open to our warrior two. Now notice I'm moving my feet. I'm making my stance bigger, right? I want to find that heel to arch alignment. Now I can already tell I'm kind of leaning forward in my stance. So I want to pull my back left shoulder over the hip, but then sink deeper into my right knee. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Take a big breath in. Reach up and back, reverse this. Keep that space. We're lifting out of the right waistline without dumping into our left. Take one more breath in. Good. Exhale, windmill, high to low plank. Try not to scrape that right foot. Maybe a one-legged chaturanga if that's in your practice. Inhaling. Slow motion. Exhale, pike those hips up and back. You got it. Now, rise to those tiptoes. Step, float, fly, top of your mat. Halfway lift. You got it. Fold. Reach those arms all the way out now. It's getting hot out here. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Close those eyes down. When we started this, Mike put me in the shade, and I was like, no, Mike, I want to be in the sun. And now I'm seriously regretting that. Okay, so let's focus. Pull the belly in. Close your eyes. Get a control of that breath. Okay, we're going to shift the right into the right foot. Keep your eyes closed. Left side tree. Try not to hesitate. Maybe you just bring it somewhere on the shin. The higher the go, the less the balance that I have. So I'm holding here. It's okay to fall, right? We have to be able to trust our body, where our body is in space around us. Breathe in. Good. Deep breath out. One more. Good. Release. Shake it out. This would be a good one to do with your kids, right? Everybody just falls, has fun, laughs. All right, reach those arms out and up. That is yoga too, you know. Good, that swan dive, fold it down. Halfway lift. You got it. High to low plank. Or we'll see each other in downward facing dog. Hips go high. Take a breath in. Good, exhale. Now, we're going to take that left leg high to the sky, but we want to put a micro bend into the right knee. Watch our right shoulder. Don't let it drop as we bend that left knee. Open up that hip to the sky. Lift it up higher. Press the right heel down. Now it's slow motion. Crunch knee to nose. You got it. Pull it back up. Now we're going to that left tricep. First, we're going to hold it there. This is where it gets fun. Breathe in. Slide it down. Good. Pull it back up. And then over to the right. You got it. Slide it down like it's an elevator. Back up. All the way high. That's your core strength, guys. Now, slow, controlled. How light can you go? Warrior one. To say that was quite beautiful, you guys. All right, now take a moment or two, square your hips, tilt that pelvic floor under, right? Really sink into that left knee. Watch what you're doing with that right ankle. I'm a big collapser of my ankles myself, so I always have to go back to it. Take an inhale. You got it. Exhale, elbows to kidneys, squeeze. Now reach behind you. Draw the knuckles down. Let that heart open. Humble warrior. Keep your right shoulder squaring forward here so you can pull the left hip back. Pull your belly in. See if you can sink a little deeper. Breathe in. Now keep the hands bound as you shift your hips back and fold into that pyramid pose. Take an inhale. Good. Exhale. Hands stay bound. One more time. Warrior one. Lift up. Open the heart. Humble warrior. As you exhale, can you go a little deeper forward for me with the hands ahead of that left knee? Yes. Breathe in. Oh, I can feel my outer left booty too. Breathe out. Straighten that leg. Hold. Pull your belly in as you pull that left hip back. Breathe in. You got it. Exhale. Fingers release softly. Try to sweep the mat as you lift up warrior one. Now we're making our way into that warrior two. So again, you've got to find your stance. Take the time to move into the pose. It's just not one and done. All right, take another breath in. Reach up and back, reverse this. Try not to lose the bend into the left knee. If anything, sink deeper into it. Take an inhale. You got it. High to low plank. Maybe we're going one-legged chaturanga if that's part of our practice. And if not, we're going to meet in that downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhaling. Good. Exhaling. Another breath in. Exhale. One more. Child's pose. All right. Come on down and rest. Breathe here for a moment. Taking that inhale. Good. Taking that exhale. Now, from your child's pose, come to all fours for me. Good. Now, pull your belly in. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. We're going to take just one cow. So we're going to drop our belly, pull our belly in as we drop it. Now, don't move your hips. We're coming into Anahastasana or puppy dog pose. So we start to extend the arms forward. We don't shift forward, right? That's why we said hips over the knees. But as we walk our hands forward, we keep our belly pulled in. Maybe someday the forearms come down. We'll pull the shoulders into the socket. Maybe more of our chest can come down. Maybe one day our chin comes down. Now press into the tops of the feet. Belly is in. Feel that space between the back of your shoulder blades. Hands could be on blocks if you needed that support. Take 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath. Now, lift up slow, but bring your forearms back so that they're underneath your shoulders. Nice. Pull your heart forward, belly in. Now, slide your left foot to the back of the mat. I'm about to be off of my mat. And then slide your right foot. We're in that forearm plank. Try not to let your booty go high. Pull your abdominals in. Good. Take another inhale. Make sure your hands aren't touching. I want you to keep your arms wide apart, or in that shape of 11, number 11. Now, dolphin pose. Walk your feet up as far as you can. Then actively press your heels down. Slide your chest back towards your thighs. Try not to collapse. Press your mat away. You can do this. Breathe in. Hold with me. We're opening up the back of those legs. We're creating space and strength in our shoulders. Give me 1 more breath here. Now, exhale. We're going to try something. So it's why it's important that your palms are flat. From dolphin, we're going to shift forward, straighten our arms, and pull ourselves to plank. Okay, let's try it again. Shift back. Bring your elbows down. If you need to do one at a time, that's okay. Shift forward. Pull your heart into plank. Good. Shift it back to dolphin. Now here's where we go really slow and to our plank. We're going to do just one more. I hope you're feeling the back of your triceps, because I sure am. Setting it down. Beautiful. Back to our plank. Breathe. Down dog. Nicely done, you guys. Adjust your stance if you need to. Take an inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Exhale. Now, again, if you're like me and you're outside, it doesn't matter. Let's have a little fun with this. If you're like, I don't ever want to do this, then don't ever do it. You know my rules. It's up to you. Right leg goes high. Now, if you're doing the alternative, we're just going to do a few knee to nose crunches. You've been doing this all practice long. If not, right leg goes high. We're going to take a little bend and maybe a little handstand hop. And some of you are like, I did not see that coming, but if you know me, you know I love handstands. Good, you've got 1 more. Now, if you want to try a switch through, you're coming into that high lunge, and that is just not happening today. There it is. Oh, and now I can't stop. But again, some days you think that's going to happen. Some days you don't think it's going to happen. Okay, so we're in that high lunge. However you wanted to get there. I'm sweating buckets. Take an inhale, reach those arms out and up. Good. Good. Exhale, elbows to kidneys squeeze. Now interlace those hands behind you. All similar. We've done this before. Walk that right foot out if you're feeling wobbly. Draw the knuckles down the back. Good. Exhale, fold. Keep that back heel lifted high this time. It's a little more challenging. Modification is our back knee down. Now take an inhale. You got it. Shift your hips back to that pyramid pose. Bound your hand. Keep your hands bound. Now we're going to try something a little different here. Head stays moving to the top of your right foot. Bound arms stay reaching up over your head. Shift your weight forward off the left toes. Toppling tree. It's a variation of standing splits. But now, it's like we're diving into a lake below us as we fold. This is where I want you to squeeze your left inner thigh to your right. You feel that stability from earlier in our practice. Good. 2 more breaths. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Hold in. Good. 1 more. Good. Back to that crescent lunge. Can you keep your hands bound as you bring yourself up? That was so hard to do, you guys. Wonderful job. Arms reach up. Inhale. Warrior 2. All right. Exhale here. Good. Relax those shoulders. Again, reach up and back reverse. Just like in our Warrior 1. Don't collapse that back ankle. Side angle. Reach with that right arm. Try not to just try to touch the floor if that's what you're used to. Let your left rib cage reach as you sink deeper into that right knee. Draw your belly in. Good. Looking up to that beautiful sun if it's there. Take another inhale. Good. Sink deeper as we exhale. Inhale, come back up. Now let's have a little love. Straighten that right leg as we reach it up and back. Remember, we're really trying to elongate our waistline as we stretch behind us. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale. Keep this right knee soft. Don't lock it out. Arms go back out wide. Pivot your right foot to the left. Try not to slide off your mat. Now angle your feet in a little bit. Reach behind you, interlace those hands. Draw the knuckles down. Let your heart open. Pull your belly in. Put a bend into your knees as you come down and fold into that wide-legged fold. You can start to straighten them somewhat or cross-arita. But if not, just keep a small bend so you don't overstretch out those hamstrings. We're just going to hold here 2 more breaths with the hands bound. Good. Weights more forward. 1 more breath in. Now softly release your hands. Feel free just to move a little bit side to side here. Maybe walk your hands forward. Maybe walk your hands back. So many options. Ooh, getting those hamstrings to stretch out. Beautiful. 1 more breath in. You got it. Exhale. Find your inhale, lengthen. Good. Pivot it back to the front of the mat. Breathe out. Now bend back into the right knee again without launching, standing splits. Take a breath in. Now this is kind of similar to what we did earlier. Instead of sliding the left leg over, we're going to curtsy the left knee back and take a little squat. Inhale, unravel. Now you can remove 1 or both hands from the mat if you wanted to try these curtsy squats without. We've got 1 more. Now we're actually going to take this into a stretch. So as we curtsy squat with or without our hands, we're going to see if we could take this to seated. Now, I know this doesn't work for everybody, so just come down however you want to. We're going to keep this right knee crossed on top. We're going to stack the knees. This is Gomukhasana. Now, if you're like, not happening, you straighten your left leg, and you cross the right knee. Still not happening? Right knee goes wherever. You could always sit on a block here. I'll be honest with you, I like to shift forward to all fours, stack my knees, take my feet wide, and then snuggle them in a little closer. Oh, Siri just scared me. Now, stay here. Sit up tall, draw your belly in. If you're like, this is really uncomfortable, bring your hands behind you just to start to open up your chest a little. If you want a little bit more, keeping and pressing the edges of the feet down, start to lean forward. Careful your right glute doesn't lift off the mat. It likes to here. We want to keep it grounded. We want to sit those hips back, open up the chest as we fold over that right leg, finding that big stretch. Okay, just a few more breaths in this Gomukhasana. Keep both glutes grounded. Belly in. Good. 2 more breaths. Now, I always like to try to do things A, without using my hands, and B, out the way we came in, or vice versa. So that's how we're going to come back out of this Gomukhasana, like the way we came in. Or we're going to try it at least anyhow. So as you come up slowly, pull your belly in, bring your hands back to prayer, if you can. You're going to start to shift forward and see if we can find ourselves back into that standing splits. Good, take one more breath in. Exhale, release your toes and find your way back onto your mat. The good news is we get one more chance at that to try it again. Now bring those toes together to touch. Good, take a halfway lift. We've got just one more side left. Exhale, fold. Reach those arms all the way out and up, inhaling. Good, big swan dive, fold down. Now if you feel like playing around at a crow pose, maybe an arm balance, maybe a headstand, if you're like, I'm not sure about any of this, then you'll just find your way back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Pulling the belly in. Maybe you want to float, maybe you want to practice that hovering back. I'm nowhere near that hovering back. Inhale, open your heart. Good, exhale, lift those hips up high. So now again, we have those options. We're gonna try this left leg. Some days one side works for me, some days the other doesn't. So left leg goes high. Option for that knee to nose crunch. Good. Or option as the leg goes high, bend that right knee to start to lift into our handstand. You can watch, my left leg is staying really straight and strong here, and I'm not going crazy once I get in the air. If I want to start to play with that hop switch, and I'll find my way into crescent lunge. But again, that's just if we're practicing, and I always have way more success outside than I ever do inside, especially in class. Now, belly in. Walk your left foot over. This just gives us that stability we need. Exhale, elbows to kidneys, squeeze. Interlace the hands behind you. Use your inner thighs so you don't feel so wobbly as you draw your shoulders back. Exhale, humble warrior. Sinking deep. Belly, and now square it to the front of the room. Take a breath in. Good, stay for that exhale. One more. Now we're going to that pyramids pose, yes. Now if you're feeling a little too wide stance, bump your back foot in. Pull the belly back, pull the belly in, pull the left hip back. Now root through the left big toe mounts. Again, we're going to move into that toppling tree. It's like we're going to start to shift forward, lifting that right leg off the mat as we fold. And you might fall, that's okay. It helps when I squeeze my right inner thigh to my left and over to the left some to hold my balance, pulling in my core. Take another breath in. Good, crescent lunge, land lightly as you come up. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky. Open up, warrior two. Okay, remember, we're almost done, so don't give up now. Stay true to this left side. Sink deep. Edge of right foot presses down. Reach up and back, reverse. Feel that beautiful opening on that right hip flexor. Now, like windmill arms, long as we move into that side angle. Now, reach your rib cage up, but then sink deeper into the left knee. Make sure you're not sticking your booty out. Tailbone tucks under, shoulders lean back, if anything. Take another breath in. Good, exhaling. Last breath. Now inhale, back up, straighten your left leg without locking it out. Reverse your stretch. Feel the space out of your left waistline. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Inhale, arms back wide. Now, turn your left toes to the right. Pigeon toe your feet. This time, inhale, reach your arms up. Maybe even reaching back. Exhale, bend your knees. Big swan dive, fold to the floor. Now, here's Yogi's choice. Maybe you're dying for that inversion. Maybe you want a handstand hop. Maybe you just want to bend into one knee, then the other, completely up to you. We've got about 3 or so more breaths here. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath in. Exhale. Now take a halfway lift. Good. Pivot back to the front of the mat. Okay, so we're going to prepare for that standing splits. Take an inhale. Step into that standing splits right leg. Now maybe no hands as you lengthen. Kundalini or curtsy squat as you exhale. Reach it back up. You got it. Exhale, squat. We've got one more, and then we're coming down to that Gomukhasana. Reach it back. Exhale, curtsy squat, hold. Maybe no hands as we bring ourselves to seated. It looked good however you did it, I promise. Now shift forward. Left knee on right, or find your seated, find your block, find your right leg straight. Remember, all those options same here as they were on the other side. This side's a little harder for me. My knees don't quite line up. That's cool. Shoulders can be back, chest is open, or we start to hinge, but don't let your glutes lift off the mat. Keep your belly pulled in. Find that yummy stretch. Outer left hip. Quite different from our pigeon. You've got this. 3 more breaths. Good. Last breath in. Okay, come back up slow. So we're going to bring our hands to prayer. Now we're going to try to come out of this back into that standing splits with the control. Rawr. All right, well, one day may work for you, one day it might not. Good, lift, lengthen. Allow your toes to touch, breathe out. All right, separate your feet wide. Pull your belly in. We're coming into yogi squat. If you need to sit on a block, that's fine. Pull the abdominals in, pull that pelvic floor in. Try not just to collapse, maybe come up a little out of your comfort zone to really open up those inner thighs, hips, and then maybe a little movement, lubricating those knees or ankles. Remember, the longer you can stay here, the better. This is a wonderful pose for helping low back discomfort or pain, but also lubrication for the whole lower body that we need as we get older. Take another breath in, now with or without those hands. Come on down. Good job, you guys. All right, when you're ready, we're coming onto our back. You can use a little core if you'd like to come down. Hug the knees into the chest, maybe rocking a little softly side to side. Taking a breath in. Exhaling. So we're going to end with a few back bends. You'll plant your feet to the floor. Make sure toes are forward and not turned out. Knees and hips are stacked. Hands are beside you or grabbing the mat. First, we'll tilt the pelvic floor so you can see my back hasn't lifted, just my glutes. The exhale starts to peel one vertebra at a time, my back off the mat, lifting my hips. Now, I can always tuck my shoulder blades in, interlace my hands. Some people like to grab their ankles. Whatever works, but don't let your knees or your toes buckle out. Everything stays straight in alignment, and then softening the glutes, we're lifting the hips and those belly up to the ceiling. Take another big breath in. Good. Exhale. One more. Lift it a little higher. Good. Now we're going to come down just like we came up. So slow. One vertebra at a time. Belly button draws to spine. Set your low back down first, then your tailbone, then your glutes. Relax for a moment. Walk your feet out an inch right to left, and then just gently windshield wiper them side to side. Taking one more breath here. So we're going for one. If you want to stay with wheel, bridge, you can. Sorry, and if you want to move into wheel, you will. I'll go ahead and demo wheel since we've done one bridge together. So for wheel, fingers back by the ears. Again, keep the elbows and knees in alignment. As you inhale, maybe you start to lift onto the top of your head first. Don't let those elbows out, buckle in, pull them in. Then maybe you start. Now again, watch the buckling. You want to really lift and open, wrap those elbows in together. Toes are firmly planted. Big toe mounds, you're lifting those hips up. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are, creating that energy. I'm upside down looking at a beautiful fountain and carousel in Highland Park, so not too shabby. Take 1 more breath. Come down slow. Use that strong exhale. Once again, tailbone's the last thing to come down. Take a breath in. Exhale. 1 more time, gently windshield wiper side to side. We're just going to even this out. Dropping the knees right, gaze left, arms can go out wide. If you want right ankle on left thigh, just stretching this out here. One more breath. Release that right leg, gaze and knees to center. Gently, knees left, gaze right. Again, you can stack the ankle on the thigh or not, depending on what's going on in your body today. Try to melt here, really soften. Take one more breath in. Good, exhale. Gently release as you come back to center. Now, if you'd like to happy baby or legs up or go put your legs up against the wall for 30 minutes, go for it. But if I'm like you or you're like me, I'm ready to rest. We'll find our Shavasana. Just relaxing. Now, sometimes if you're outside, it's hard. I know. It's so pretty right now. The sun's in my sky, but then some bug's going to land on me or some crazy dog's going to go by. So just accept whatever's happening. And if you're indoor, maybe it's your email going off or some kid or animal running and toppling on you. As much as we want this to be like our practice at the studio, I can embrace whatever it is for now, because these might be moments that you will never have to practice like this again. Embrace those beautiful, sometimes annoying distractions. Now I want you to remember you can stay and rest for as long as you would like. This is your practice. But when you're ready, you'll come on out of this slow. You'll take your time, starting to move fingers or toes, maybe knees to chest or rolling to your favorite side. Just kind of get those kinks out, so to speak. And taking your time, just making your way to seated whenever you're ready, keeping those eyes softly closed down. So even though we are not in person, we are still there in spirit and heart. So I thank you so much for tuning in, for letting me guide you and open you up this beautiful day, whatever day it is for you. As you inhale, reach those arms out and up. Maybe gaze up to that beautiful whatever is above you and just be thankful it exists. And bring those hands to rest into prayer at Heart Center. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And until we see each other in person, I miss you so much. Bring those palms to your third eye center. We honor this practice as we bow and say, Namaste.